This is Hotel Transylvania. All of our monster friends are right here.
The mommy?
Wayne the Wolf.
Yeah, it's a mess back there.
And your Uncle Frank's dropping in too.
Housekeeping! Hello?
A human! How did you find this place?
Oh, I was just mountain climbing with some dudes and heard this story about an awesome castle. Speaking of awesome, that cape thing is killing it!
I want to start off by addressing the big elephant in the room here, which is that, yes, Adam Sandler is in this movie. Yes, Kevin James, David Spade, Steve Buscemi, his entire crew, Andy Samberg, are all in this movie. This is
stop! You just listed bad actors and then just threw Steve
no.
Buscemi.
But Steve Buscemi is part of his crew, which that's the point I'm getting at.
But he needs money.
Oh,
he needs money.
hell.
Shut up. Point I'm getting at is yes, Adam Sandler and his entire crew are in this movie. This is not an Adam Sandler film. We're gonna get that out of the way right now. This is a Gendy
Tartakovsky.
A gunman style. This is a gunman style movie that just happens to star Adam Sandler and his entire crew. I don't know what backstory went on there. I don't know what the origin of this was, in which basically like Gendy Tartakovsky had to, make this film, but they said, well, the only celebrity we can get is Adam Sandler, but if we get him, we get tons of other celebrities. Money. Or maybe Adam Sandler came in and said, I got this movie I want to make, and I want the guy who did Dexter's Lab to do it.
Yeah, maybe it was just a fun
Gendy Tartakovsky just slapped the shit out of him and said, you are on my time right now.
Say, I saw what you did in 8 Crazy Nights. You are not doing animation ever again.
Fuck that movie.
God,
you reminded me of 8 Crazy Nights.
That movie.
It's like, when it came out, it came out at the same time Treasure Planet came out, and I was visiting my cousins for Thanksgiving at the time, and, I wanted to see Treasure Planet, but, my cousins wanted to see 8 Crazy Nights, because they think, oh, Disney, that's a baby movie, and I'm like, I'm the animation geek here. I know what's good, but fine, it's 2 against 1, so I got outvoted, and
I can beat that. With me, I saw that movie opening weekend, and it came out on Thanksgiving. And the reason I saw it is because I had to spend that Thanksgiving with my mom and her crazy ass side of the family, and I just went. And someone suggested, let's go to the movies. I was like, yes, thank God, I can get out of this place. I can go do something else. 8 Crazy Nights was worse than spending time with my mom and her crazy ass side of the family. That is how shitty that movie was. And I'm bringing this up because we are reviewing today Hotel Transylvania, which is the only other animated film Adam Sandler has done with his crew. So it could have gone either way because the director of this film was Gendy Tartakovsky.
Guys, I found the production timeline.
Go on.
Basically, what happened was all the casting was already and all done, and then Gendy Tartakovsky took over, and then rewrote the
Thank God for that.
We were going to get to that after we did our intro here.
Oh, I thought the last 5 minutes were the intro. You were arguing about it.
No, we were about to finish that. But yes, we have to set up the movie first. God damn. All right.
We did all that. That happened, and then you talked about.
I set up that Adam Sandler is in this movie. All right, who the fuck is still texting during this?
For those of you that don't know, Kevin just sent over
Treasure
a
Planet?
message says going Treasure Planet.
I'm on Burgundy.
Hey, Aaron, do your thing. Build a website.
What's happening here?
It's just a movie.
Alright. So anyway, as we were going to say, this is what basically, this movie, it's about. God damn it, I have no idea what we're even talking about. What was the point I was about to make?
Transylvania.
I know what I'm talking about, but I'm like in the middle of a point, god damn it. Alright.
Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler.
Basically, yeah, it's directed by Gendy Tartakovsky, and this is his first actual this is his first feature-length in-theaters movie animated film. Because before, he was the guy who did Dexter's Lab, he did Samurai Jack, what else has he done?
Symbiotic Titan.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a guy he's always been a visionary kind of director. Like, he's always had a very distinct style, and has done some great cartoons. on television, but he's never done an animated film. So this is one of those films that really could have gone either way, because it had a cast that is known for doing pure shit. And it had Genndy Tartakovsky, who's known for doing very good things. So, yeah, I looked this up, and I found out, the order that Jackson already decided to tell us, that basically, this film was already made. It was, it seems like this was basically, what was that Rankin Bass film that came out? Mad Monster Party?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it basically seemed like Adam Sandler and his friends wanted to make Mad Monster Party, except, make it modern, and they put it out, and they got Genndy Tartakovsky, and Genndy Tartakovsky just slapped the shit out of them and said, we're not going to do one of those bullshit things where you just record your family vacations and call it a movie. This is an actual film we're going to put on, and he rewrote the entire script, and he rewrote it for 2D animation, because it was originally going to be like one of those 3D animated films where it was like constantly going, what's this over there? Woo! And reach the hand out. He said, no, I know how 2D animation works, and I know that you can still do that same kind of pacing and timing with 3D animation, which we've seen before. It reminded me a lot of
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
You beat me to it. You know exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
And also, he rewrote the entire script, and also, this is a film where you watch this and you actually remember, oh right, before Adam Sandler became a jackass, his entire career was doing voices. He knows how to do voice work. And, of course, if Adam Sandler had been in the hands of anybody else on this, he would have slacked off, all of his buddies just would have goofed off. This is a film where every single second of it, every single success, you can tell, is because Genndy Tartakovsky is in control.
Why am I not getting this image of Genndy there, just overseeing our recording sessions with like a whip, just like whipping Adam Sandler, like, more emotion, try, goddammit!
Yes, because, this film, let's just start off by telling everybody what the movie is about. Hotel Transylvania is about Dracula as a single dad. The end. But no, Dracula is basically a single dad. You find out later in the film why the wife isn't there. And he decides he wants to build a hotel to protect his daughter. And Dracula's a good dad. He is there, he's, changing diapers, feeding her, reading her bedtime stories. He is being a real man, getting the job done. A real dad. But Dracula decides that he's going to build a mansion, a castle, where monsters can be safe. And he turns into a hotel where monsters come in all the time. And his daughter, Mabel, has now turned... Mavis, sorry. Have Gravity Falls on the mind. This movie...
That'd be an interesting crossover.
Yeah. But yeah, and so Mavis has now turned 118 years old, which is the equivalent of 18 to regular humans. And she decides she wants to go out, see the world. She wants to, go exploring. And Dracula doesn't want her to leave the house. He doesn't want her to leave the mansion because he knows it's dangerous for monsters out there. And so he invites all of his old friends to come over, have a big birthday party. And then turns out that Andy Samberg's character, do you remember what it was called?
His name?
Yeah.
I think it was called Johnny.
Johnny, yeah. Andy Samberg's character, Johnny, who is a human, and not just a human, but like this extreme, like the guy in a Mountain Dew commercial, basically. The guy who goes mountain climbing, he goes, explores the world, everything's to the extreme, yeah, the world is great, man. He comes and he stumbles upon this mansion. And so basically, Dracula wants to get him out of the mansion. He wants to get him out of there fast. And this is one of the things that, to me, shows the competence that went into Genndy Tartakovsky's writing on this. In any other film, this would have been the most sitcom-y thing ever. This would have been one of those things in which, oh, I want you to leave, but oh no, instead, I'm going to disguise you, which, is what he does in this film. But in any other writer would have just had it been like Dracula would just decide to disguise him and have him stay in the mansion. Genndy Tartakovsky, every 5 seconds, has Dracula going, okay, you have to get the hell out of this house. And Johnny is going, okay, I want to because there are monsters here and this is scary. But something keeps happening. Something believable keeps happening that forces them to stay in there, forces him to stay in disguise. And, it makes it believable. It shows the competence that went into the writing of this. And so basically Johnny, and Mavis then start to form a relationship, and Dracula doesn't want a human anywhere near the castle, let alone his daughter, so hijinks ensue. And that's the story. And
does everybody learn a lesson about acceptance?
It's kind of a lesson about acceptance, but it's not so much on like Dracula's part. It's a lesson about Dracula. Yeah, Dracula learns he has to let his daughter go out, but at no point are they like, oh, Dracula was totally wrong about all this. They actually make an argument for why Dracula would be right.
If it's Taken.
No, this is not Taken. I suddenly feel so much better about the jokes I make during your review.
They improve things.
Yes, they do. But no, this is a film in which, there is competence in the story, right? And as you said, it's a lesson about acceptance. But there's a moment in which you learn why Dracula does not like humans. A lesson from his past.
For some reason I have a thing I know what this is, but I'm not going to say it.
In any other film, they would have had it turn out that, oh, this was all one big confusion. This was all just a mistake. Oh, I was wrong all these years. No, there is a moment, Callum, there is... No, they actually have it turn out that, Dracula was right. I mean, there is no, like, oh, this was a big miscommunication. I was so wrong all these years. No, Dracula was right, and Dracula makes his case, and Johnny kind of looks at him, and, I mean, there's a very serious moment where they basically kind of discuss the idea of whether or not monsters should return to the world. And Johnny, of course, is, yeah, man, we would all love you. And Dracula's kind of like, just basically kind of looks at him and goes, can you honestly tell me that all humans will accept us? And there is, like, Johnny, who has been nothing but energy this entire time, shows that he actually is a three-dimensional character because he just kind of stops and goes, oh, right, humans. Yeah, us. It is a film that took me completely by surprise because, I was hoping it would be good, but man, this is a film that it does have heart to it. Not like a Pixar film. It's not like loaded with heart. I mean, I'd say that this film is 95% joke, with a little bit of heart thrown in there.
Just the right amount.
Well, I mean, this, honestly, this film has gotten so many bad reviews, and I think the reason why is, first off, a couple of them are simply because Adam Sandler and his whole crew is in there, and a couple of people are just instantly going to dislike it. But the other reason why is because this isn't like a Pixar film where it is lots of heart, lots of seriousness, with some jokes thrown in there. This is a film that is pure humor throughout the whole thing. And then, there's a little moment of heart. But, I mean, it is pure humor. And the humor, I'd say I honestly laughed out loud at least 50% of the jokes and had a good chuckle at most of the remaining ones.
Yeah, it's like...
it is all because Genndy Tartakovsky knows how to do jokes in animation. And, I mean, I really can't think of a single joke in here that worked solely because of the actor reading it. It's, the visuals that go into it. Like, there's the visuals that go into it, the speed that goes into it, the pacing that goes into it. It's Genndy Tartakovsky showing what he knows how to do.
It's like, I think the thing is, like, people, like, have two basic concepts of animated films today. The extremely great, heartwarming, touching stuff that Pixar makes, and then the cheesy, goofy, DreamWorks kind of movies. And, there's a lot of humor in this movie, so that everyone automatically thinks, oh, and there's humor and, like, celebrity voice casting, so everyone automatically thinks, oh, this is going to be DreamWorks level. It's going to be,
DreamWorks even gets better reviews than what this film was getting. And I think it's because DreamWorks still tries to go with at least some heart and some seriousness and character development throughout their stories. I mean, there's character development in this. But, I mean, this is a pure comedy. But if you had a live-action film that was this much comedy, people would walk away from it going, wow, what a great comedy that was. That had me laughing for hours. But because this is animation, I think so many of the critics walked away going, that was just a bunch of jokes. That's just kid stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it is a prejudice on critics' part when it comes to animation.
I do think it's like time that we all stop, like, whilst I'm a Pixar fan, I think it's time we all stop, like, holding Pixar up to high stead, like, every animated movie needs to be like a Pixar movie, because sometimes it's just nice to sit down and watch a nice movie in which a bunch of funny things happen on screen that make you laugh, and judge it by that sort of way, because not everything can be equal parts jokes and heart. Sometimes you get films like what I've heard from this, where it's like jokes, and then has that sort of like feel-good, heartwarming thing in there as like an undercurrent.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm not saying that, we should hold Pixar up to just incredibly high ranks. I'm just saying that that's their style. Their style is to make something slower and more serious. And that's how most critics want their animated films to be. I mean, the critics absolutely loved How to Train Your Dragon, which was, far more serious than any other DreamWorks film that had been made. So, I mean, but this is a film that, it's a comedy. It's just there for laughs. And it is skewed a lot towards younger audiences. Like, I'm not going to say, this is made for the whole family. I'd say this is made 60 to 70% for kids, but if you're a kid at heart, you'll still laugh a whole lot at it, which, hey, we big animation junkies. We are kids at heart. I mean, the film ends with a rap musical, which in most...
Oh, did I write this?
Do I get to hear the one sound of Steve Buscemi attempting to rap?
I don't remember if he actually does it at all, but
Adam Sandler was rapping.
Adam Sandler was rapping.
Please, can I have Steve Buscemi rapping? Please.
Steve Buscemi is great in this. Let me just say, Steve Buscemi knocks this out of the park. Steve Buscemi plays the Wolfman, who has like 20 kids that are driving him nuts. And, I mean, there's so many great moments between Steve Buscemi trying to control his kids, or just very clearly hating the fact that he has this many kids. And, I mean, Steve Buscemi does it so well. But, and also getting Tartakovsky with the animation on, just showing how much the Wolfman hates having all these kids. But as I was saying, there's this big musical number at the end, and normally in animated film that just shoves it in there, well, it doesn't really show it, because they do set it up a little bit throughout the film. They do set up that Frankenstein and the Mummy have a band.
Is Memory played by CeeLo Green?
So, I mean, they set it up a little bit, but it's still just kind of like you didn't need that. But in a normal animated film, like, say, Megamind, I fucking hated the musical number at the end of Megamind. Hated it.
Why was it in there? What was the point of it?
There was no point.
Wasn't just shoved in for the hell of it.
But in this one, I looked at it and I just went, well, this is unnecessary, but you know what? It's, it's something for the kids. And I didn't, think badly of myself for thinking that, because, this is this is a very much, I'd say more for kids, but it's a film for kids that adults, if you're a lighthearted adult, you will laugh so much at.
It's one of the films that can get away with just saying, fuck it, we're going to have a dance now, and you're going to enjoy it.
Yes, there we go, yes. Michelle, talk, this is a film made for animation buffs, because I was talking about how the timing of the animation works so well for the jokes. Just talk about the animation in general, because, I mean, I was blown away, but you are the eye for animation here.
Yeah, it's, one of the reasons why I love animation so much is because you can do things in an anime cartoons you can't do in real life, like the exaggerated expressions, the quick motions, and everything's just bigger and crazier, and you don't look at it weird, it's because you expect that, it's you enjoy it really. I mean, because it's easy to do that in a 2D in 2D cartoons because it's a drawing on a paper and you can draw the wacky expressions and everything, but doing it in 3D takes a lot more time because in a computer, everything is rigged, everything is stiff, everything has to be exact. So if you try to alter one thing to make it more, make it more exaggerated, if you twerk it the wrong way, it'll fuck up the whole model. So I really do appreciate when 3D movies actually do 2D stuff, and that's what they did. Yeah, 2D style in a 3D movie. So, and that's really, that's what I absolutely loved about Hotel Transylvania, and like we said before, Clyde with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah, there are so many moments where the expressions, like you mentioned, the expressions are good to bring up. Because, I mean, there's a moment in there where Frankenstein starts freaking out, and I went, I've seen that in Dexter's lab. That is, I mean, this remind me so much of the stuff that Genndy Tartakovsky used to do. Every time that the mummy is turned sideways, that is 2D animation brought into the third dimension there. With that weird smile that he has that goes into nothing. It's so much fun and so well done. But did not mean to rhyme that. But I would say, I do have a couple of complaints, which I mentioned how the speed works so well for the jokes, because it is just one joke after another. However, there were moments in which, they move so fast that when you need a little bit more of a pause there to make that joke work. Or, I mean, there was honestly moments in which I would just go, okay, I gotta take a breather, man. You gotta, have a moment of, like, nothing right here. Not nothing, but, I mean, slow down just a tad here. That was really my only complaint, is that, I enjoy the speed, so much of it, but there were moments in which I need a breather. Just calm down. Stop taking sugar so much, Genndy Tartakovsky.
Yeah, definitely for little kids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I would compare it to. It was like a little kid could eat Captain Crunch 3 meals a day. I could eat it for 2 and then go, for God's sakes, give me a steak. Give me something. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, once again, I gotta point out, the mere fact that I can actually say Kevin James was right for a role should point out how well Genndy Tartakovsky handled these actors. Because, when you take Kevin James, because whenever you put Kevin James on the screen, he goes, oh, well, I got flex my fat muscles, and I got fall down these stairs, and I got party now. But when you take away his physical body, and Genndy Tartakovsky has to sit him down in a chair like Malcolm in Clockwork Orange, it's just his voice. And this film made me realize, wow, Kevin James should really do more voice work, because he has the perfect voice for the big, lovable, best friend pal. I mean, there are some actual really good reads from Kevin James in this. I thought I would never say that.
Good acting from Kevin James?
Yeah, exactly. He does an actual good job.
It's like sometimes I feel like more actors should do voice acting because I feel like their presence kind of ruins, it's like their presence just kind of overtakes the movie and they kind of fuck it up. So I feel like if you put them behind the camera and just make them record their voices, put their effort into their voices as opposed to doing stupid shit on the screen, then maybe they'd be better.
Which I think that is what happened with this crew of actors here, is that Genndy Tartakovsky said, you guys just have to act. There's no physical stuff in here. We're not putting little mocap balls on you. This is you acting. Calm the fuck down and do what I say. And if this was somebody's first introduction to Adam Sandler and his whole crew, they would walk away from it going, I really want to see more of those guys.
I remember it would be sorely
they would be. Oh, God, they would burn their Blu-ray copy of Hotel Transylvania.
So what are you trying to say?
This is the film
Adam Sandler movie in years.
What did you say?
So you're trying to say this is the best Adam Sandler movie in years?
I can't think of the last Adam Sandler film I enjoyed this much. I really can't. I mean, granted, I have not seen Punch Drunk Love, which everybody tells me is his best thing. But I
honestly don't even consider this like an Adam Sandler movie. I mean, he and his crew just voice act, but Genndy takes over and it's. I feel like it's more of his movie.
Like I said earlier, this from start to finish is a Genndy Tartakovsky film. This is just a Genndy Tartakovsky film that happens to have Adam Sandler and his friends in it. This is not their film in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, so moving on to our ratings, I would give it a high B+, because this film, as much as I laughed at it, as much as I enjoyed it, it's all just kind of there on the surface level for me. I never really felt anything except for pure outward enjoyment. This is not a meal. To me, this was not a meal. This was just, this is a piece of cake, but it's such a good piece of cake. And sometimes you just need a good piece of cake. So yeah, I would give it a high B+. Michelle?
I'd agree, It's
So high B+ for you too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, just quickly, did either of you you see it in 3D or not?
We saw it in 2D because I kept hearing that Genndy Tartakovsky had rewritten this as if it were 3D, as if it were a 2D film, which you can tell. You like Michelle said, the animation is made for 2D.
Because there's no, it's not like there's any intruding things where like things will be flying at the screen just to
Well, actually, that's the thing. We watched it in 2D because we figured, oh well, there won't be any reason for it to be in 3D because he wrote it as if it would be 2D. There's tons of moments in there in which they purposely had stuff moving out of the screen for you. So that was a little bit of a mistake on our part because I went in there thinking, it's just gonna be a 2D animated film that happens to be in 3D. No, there's tons of moments in which they have like it slowed down for something to come out, in which Dracula points right out at the screen, something flies right out of the screen. I mean, it really kind of disappointed me at moments watching this in 2D because there's moments where the camera's like zooming through the hotel with all the monsters, and I just thought, God damn it, that would probably look so good in 3D.
So let's go see it again in 3D.
I kind of want to see it again.
Just give him more money.
I really want to...
Shut up and take my money, Genndy.
Yes, I would like another piece of cake.
Yes. Tim Burton's rich enough as it is.
Yes. Oh, I want so much cake. But yeah, I will definitely get this on Blu-ray when it comes out because that is something that I want to see a making of. I want to see a commentary. I want to just pause on some of the animation. So yeah, go see Hotel Transylvania. But just realize it's an hour-and-a-half long lighthearted cartoon. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nope. Love me. I would watch an hour-and-a-half long Amazing World of Gumball movie. I don't care. All right.
Where's my regular show movie?
Hotel Transylvania.
Now go and never return.
Wait, never return to the hotel?
What? Well, I just used my powers to erase your memory. I looked straight into your eyes.
Oh, maybe it's the contact lenses.
What?
Here, let me just try and get them out real quick.
Oh, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Almost got it.